Hello and welcome to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament broadcast. This is Nightcat, your host for today. The next SSCAIT tournament has been announced on Discord, so if you are not on the Discord and you're curious about the details of it, you can, link is down in the description below to join the Discord. So go ahead and do that. The sign up period, I believe, is still going on, so you can still sign up and submit a bot in order to participate if you want to. Today's first game here, we have Infested Artosis spawning as the teal Zerg on the left side of Roadrunner, and then down on the bottom right side we have we have Crazio spawning as the yellow Terran. Scout is going out. Looks like it will be a first scout. Infested Artosis getting that early spawning pool. So probably going to see some good Ling aggression. Scout is now going on its pattern along the edge of the map. It's almost done. Okay, gas is done now. Circlings are out. Artosis is going ahead taking its natural. Got it. Ling's just circling around, chasing after that SCV. Meanwhile, Crazio has walled up. Looks like they will be teching, going into mech here with the factor getting started. The Zergling's still going after the scout. So they're not getting any scouting done of their own. Capturing the natural, almost done. Academy coming down as well now for Crazio. The chain of Lings. What is it? 16 Zerglings chasing after that SCV. That's pretty funny. Vulture on the way. Drone, I imagine that's at, I was gonna say, I imagine that's a natural, but the drone actually coming into the main now. We have a Vulture out. Armory on the way as well as scan. Whoop. Uh-oh. Here come the, ooh, nice trap there of the, Vulture there by the Zerglings. They must have got the scout in the base, just came across. I just did not even notice it because I was kind of watching what, Crazio was getting out on the map here, but the Vulture doing what it can do, doing some damage. A lot of workers dropping now. And the 10-9-8, just an SCV massacre. Now we've just got this the stream of Zerglings that are just going to keep on coming, I think. One worker left. No workers left for Crazio. Only enough minerals to make one. Crazio recognizing the situation goes ahead and GG's. And yeah, that was a lot of Zerglings. Let's just go back real quick here. The SCV got caught there, and then just 28. And also, just when this Rax was lifted too, like, a Crazio would have dropped the Rax down. Maybe back down, like, you know, the wall would have been back, maybe would have had it. So, a little bit unfortunate there for Crazio, but good job by Infested Artosis getting the win. We'll move on to game 2. Next, we have Corona spawning as the red Zerg up at the top right of La Mancha, and down in the bottom left, we have teal Zerg making an appearance again, but this time they are Mcgrave Z. So we have a ZVZ going on here, which can either be really quick or a little on the longer side. Depends on like the strategies used and everything, how quickly. It's kind of like TVT in a way. Except maybe a little less extreme, like when both players go Vulture Wars, because either it's going to end really quick in the Vulture War phase, or it's going to transition and probably be a much longer game. Looks like we have 9 pulls from both players, but Mcgrave Z is getting their gas. So I think we're gonna see like 9 pool speed. I think it's gonna be from the upgrades. Looks like Krona is now getting gas and a second hatchery. So for a bit they're gonna have like the same. Yeah, we have speed started here by Mcgrave Z. Mcgrave Z still getting gas though, so probably gonna get a lair as well and do a 1 hatchery play. Sitting back very, very defensively here. This should be interesting to see. And actually, I was starting to say that we should have similar numbers of Zerglings, and for a little bit, Mcgrave Z was actually ahead in the Zergling count because I think Krona got more workers or something different. But Krona quickly grew to a larger amount. But now we have the Zerg engagement here at the ramp. I think there are still some Zerglings out on the map. There's at least one out there. And we've got the Spire started for Mcgrave Z. It looks like actually now we've got a counter going on here. Creep colony being forced to throw down here, but Mcgrave Z actually able to push back Krona. Krona is okay. Krona has speed as well. It can be a little tricky to tell sometimes on the double speed. Yeah, the sunken behind the buildings here, very nicely placed. Going to be hard to get any Zerglings attacking. Another dip in here by Krona. Krona's kind of on a clock too, because this Spire is about to finish. Now that it's finished, Crazy just needs to get the Mutalisks here. So an Evolution Chamber is being thrown back home by Krona. The Mutalisks are out now. We've got 2 Sunkens. There are a lot of Zerglings here for Krona, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lowers the Zergling count of Mcgrave Z, but the Mutalisks staying back at home here. Nicely stacked. We've got 3 Mutalisks now. And now that the danger to the main base has been thwarted, Mutalisks are going to come up here, but there is a Spore protecting the drones. But it's just 1 Spore. I don't know if Krona is actually going to transition to anything further. It's really Krona I feel like would need... I mean, you need a decent link count to protect you from links coming in, but I feel like you'd need more than 1 Spore to really be able to transition. That Spore is just kind of keeping the economy alive. Mcgrave Z's Mutalisk Cloud can just continue to grow and just kill everything that's not protected by that Spore. And actually, probably could pick off these buildings here on the left side. From the left side, they feel like they are probably a bit exposed. Yeah, and even that hatchery is probably exposed to some degree, but really just diving in there, getting a couple of drone kills. Throwing away a few Mutalisks, or at least 1, but... you know, lowering that drone count, gonna be worth it, I think. Especially given the situation and Krona's lack of transition here. So then, I think an injured 1 home there. Nicely done by Mcgrave Z in this game, you know, especially with this building positioning here, this nice little wall that was formed with the spawning pool and the Spire, and while Zerglings could probably get through there, you're not going to get really good coverage on that Sunken. So very nicely executed there. Good win by Mcgrave Z. Next up today, we have a human versus AI game. Here we have our AI, Crazio. So this is a ranked game, given that the Crazio is being listed as anonymous AI. Spawning as the Teal Terran up at the top right of Fighting Spirit, and up at the top left, we have our human player. I'm not sure who it is, going by the username Schnell. Now, one of the things I find interesting is that I'm not a big fan of playing on Fighting Spirit anymore, but out of the pool that is available to play against the AI on, I will play Fighting Spirit since it is still a ladder map in the remastered ladder. It's playing the AIs on an active ladder map, so... Oh no. Oh dear. So we've got a forward gate here at the bridge. Crazio does get a scout off of that, but does not see this pylon here. Okay, so we've got like a very forward gate and then a proxy gate here. Two proxy gates actually, so it's a 3 gateway assault here that's going to be coming after Crazio. First zealot is coming in. There's not really the newer SimCities that tearing to use available to Crazio at the moment. Does take out that first zealot. And we have a couple of zealots coming here. Good kiting by Crazio. But there's going to be a lot of zealots coming down. Actually, I don't think this is quite in response to what's happening here, but Crazio wants to throw down a bunker at basically the natural choke here. Crazio's going to be trying to get a repair off, not quite able to. The bunker will fall, but there are no Marines anyway to put into the bunker at the moment. Looks like we have a core coming down here. I don't know why the human players built that there. Throwing down some more pylons, just kind of being BM, I guess. A lot of workers have died here, but now we don't have any Dragoons. Okay, now we have got a Dragoon coming out. There's the 4th gateway coming down onto the map. Machine shop on the way for Crazio, but I don't know if tanks will be ready in time to deal with the Dragoons. Looks like that Dragoon, where's it popping out? Oh, okay, it is popping out right there. Vultures can take the shields out pretty quick. But now, okay, there are some Marines. 3 Marines can take 1 Dragoon, so going to be forced to fall back there. And if Crazio can stabilize and get some tanks, Crazio might be able to get a win here. Shield battery being put down by the human player. Bunker is up here at a little bit away from the top of the ramp. One shot off on that Marine that didn't want to be in the bunker, but is now forced into the bunker. Shields replenished. Schnell, but a tank is coming out. I don't think... Yeah, siege mode just getting started now. Tank doing tanky things. Protoss doing Protoss things, running past the bunker, trying to snipe the tank, but not able to do so. Nice repairs going down for Crazio. Tank at full health here, pushing forward. Siege mode about to be done. And Schnell back home has, like, not put any infrastructure back home. Schnell is just trying to win this all right here, right now. That tank can hit stuff from all the way over there. I mean, not the buildings, clearly, but was able to hit a Dragoon at one point on the low ground. Schnell trying to get that high ground tank. No repairs and still, that was like 1 hit away. Beautiful misses there for Crazio. And I don't think this 4 gateway, well, producing out of these 3, not really the one that's all the way back home. But I don't think these, this 4 or 3 gateway production of Dragoon is gonna be enough to bust Crazio here. Trying to get the Dragoon count up a bit. But yeah, the gateways are falling now. Just 4 Dragoons face off against 4 tanks here. Gonna get the one that was on the low ground, but yeah, there's still just so much going on. A 3rd factory being put down by Crazio. Crazio about to break out of this. Pylons being thrown down. Round home. Schnell now trying to expand. Crazio could just move across the map and win at the moment, but I don't think Crazio recognizes that quite yet. We'll go ahead and get its expansion up, though. So nice breaking out of that contain that was going on there. Got some vultures running around the map. Pylons in the middle were found. We have the workers transferring here. We have the supervising tank in the mineral line. The siege-unsiege dance of the tanks here at the natural choke. Mine's finishing up here, so how Crazio going to go ahead and lay those around the map. The vulture hitting something. Don't know what was being hit. I see nothing missing. Oh, you know what? It was last pylon there getting killed in the middle. We have here 47, well, just 12 workers for Schnell, 47 for Crazio. Crazio beginning to march across the map here. We are looking like we were heading towards 3-gate odds, but I think the transition was just way late for that. Like, the Protoss player was basically all in with that proxy play they did, but good attempt. Crazio is not an easy opponent to face, so well played by Schnell, but ultimately good game goes to Crazio. And next up we have another Crazio game here. This one looks like a practice game off of Schnell though, as we can see Crazio's name in the bottom left as the player here. It's the White Terran down at the bottom of Python. And over on the left side we have Rico 12 spawning as the Teal Zerg. And it looks like trying to go with a drone rush here. Sent 3 drones, left one back home. Or actually sent 4 drones in mind with the one that it made back home. So will Crazio respond to this appropriately? Only fighting with 1 SCV at a time here. Okay, now pulling a second SCV. Gas getting stolen even. Or actually just extractor trick to heal the drone. And Rico 12 might win this with just these 4 drones here. Ooh, one does go down. A refinery being put down now, so the drones cannot heal. Some repairs going down for Crazio. Crazio responding a little bit more with this now, with 2 SCVs fighting the drones. 2 more drones coming in from the main. But yeah, Crazio taking the drones out. We're down to just 2 drones here to fight. I think there were 2 back home, or 3 back home. Yep, there's the last drone in Crazio's base, and Crazio will take the win. A little bit funny there. I liked the extractor trick to heal the drone for basically 25 minerals, but it wasn't quite enough, and Crazio able to survive the cheese there. Good job. We have another AI human game here. Another Crazio one as well. We have Schnell, our human player, spawning as the white Protoss up at the top left of the map. And we are on Fighting Spirit. And down at the bottom left, we have Crazio spawning as the yellow Terran. We can tell this is a practice game due to Crazio's name being displayed. Pylon coming down for Schnell in base, so it looks like we probably won't get anything too crazy. No probes out on the map just yet. Gateway should be coming down here shortly. Or we're getting a Nexus first. Looks like we are getting a Nexus first, 12 Nexus here. There is that 12 Nexus. We have the Scout from Crazio going out. I think it was a cross Scout first. So will this SCV go down or to the left? Looks like it's going to go down, so it's going to be a last scout on this 12 Nexus. Now, trying to get a good scout here, trying to get this probe away from this Marine. Looks like we'll be able to keep that probe alive successfully. The Marine actually just giving up on chasing the probe. SCV pokes it a little bit though. I'm going to come back, try and get a shot or two off on it. Bunker coming down. Looks like the first Zealot is out. So we went 12 Nexus with the Zealot. Machine drop coming out, a couple of Dragoons on the way. Like the Zealot coming down just to scout, doesn't quite get an attack off, but does make the sound of attacking. Dragoons on the way down now. See Schnell just continuing to macro up that worker count. But really, even with that 12 Nexus, the worker count only like 3 up currently for Schnell, but that number will continue to grow as Crazio is still on 1 base. Oof, losing a Dragoon there to the tank. A little bit slow to do that pullback. Going after the SCV here, though. A couple of Dragoons here watching the third. And the Scout SCV goes ahead and gets picked off. Third getting started here for Schnell. Continuing to build off of the 2 gateways here. We have a robotics facility on the way. This tank's kind of forward here. A little bit protected by this high ground one, but it's doing the siege unsiege dance. Transfer to the natural. We've got some turrets around for detection and just in case any shuttles come in or anything along those lines. But Schnell here just happy to go ahead and tech up. We've got our observatory. We're getting a couple more gateways so we can have more unit production. Crazio throwing down a 3rd factory here. And a 2nd shot getting ready to acro off those minerals and gas from that natural. Nicely positioned Dragoons there. An observer coming in to scout and see what Crazio is up to. And see what I can see. Dragoon gets baited there into the tank fire by the Vulture. Vulture takes advantage of that to actually get out on the map. Sees the Dragoons though at that natural. Now the 2nd Dragoon is gone. Schnell trying to chase the Vultures around a little bit. I don't know if mines... Okay, mines are not quite researched yet. He's still scouting around the map with the Vultures. It's being laid down. What do we have tech-wise here for Schnell? Some mines being cleared there. The Arbiter Tribunal is on the way. I was kind of looking for that because I saw the Stargate here. I'm like, what's going to be produced out of it? Looks like Arbiter Tech is on the way. And Arbiter Tech is what it will be. Probe getting picked off there by a Vulture. So Dragoon Squad going to come over, getting ahead of the Observer, but thankfully for Schnell, there were no mines there. But where's the probe going to go? Oh. This spot was not checked to be cleared of mines. And unfortunately for Schnell, there is a mine there that will delay that base a little bit. Schnell getting the army out on the map. Crazio is still building up their army as well, but their supply is kind of low here. Looks like they're kind of running out of space for depots. The starport, for some reason, all the way over there. I think there are some space issues happening for Crazio. Science facility being thrown all the way out in the middle of the map. Arbiter is on the way, and we have stasis. Trying to chase down these speed vultures with just a pack of zealots. Then have to pull them back as best as the player can. Fortunately, one still got bullied into becoming a dragoon, and now Crazio gonna go ahead and expand, maybe? Yeah, I think that is a command center there. It looks slightly off position, but I don't think it actually is. Actually, wait, we're double expanding. Where are we getting? Oh, okay, we're all the way at this natural here. This is, I think, is going to be quickly found, though, by Schnell. And he's going to dive in here and clean this out. But looks like Crazio wants to get out on the map, and that's actually going to kind of trap this army here. Schnell has a huge round of dragoons producing here. They are probably, yeah, that's just a beautiful round of macro there. Like, look at all these gateways. That is a lot of gateways. We've got, what, 15 there? If I did my quick counting correctly. Over on the right-hand side, we're not looking to produce out of that base, as that is piling off. But now 6 o'clock is established, so Crazio is still able to get a third. Schnell coming in here to deny this third, though. Or, sorry, this fourth. It's at the, like, natural third of Terran, right? But it is their fourth base. Crazio supplies looking a lot better now. Up in the 170s. So really just needed a little bit more space, I think, for it to be able to do that. Oh, looks like there was a recall in the main. Crazio coming back to clean it up. There was some damage done. There is no anti-air. Oh, okay, a Wraith being made. Interesting that this Arbiter is not attacking. So this fourth was denied, but it looks like it's getting set back up. Why is this Arbiter not attacking? But it will go ahead and do a recall. It must be on hold position and targeting something that was out. Oh, and now okay, it's 49 now. And there was a Goliath that was going to come after it anyway, so... Recall handled again by Crazio while pushing forward here. There was another Arbiter made, but I think it got picked off. There's a Wraith in the army. The Dragoons, though, pushing this Terran push back very far. Protoss can just have so many units pop at the same time because there's just so many gateways there. But I think Crazio now having the fourth base up. Protoss has kind of stopped expanding, right? They're just on the 5 bases. They are getting into this fourth to cause some problems, but actually Crazio having to pull the workers out of it. They're losing a fair number of workers that were there. But going to be able to save the, like, command center, they're not going to lose any structures there, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So ultimately that is repelled and can quickly repopulate the base with workers. We've got some High Templars out now. Do we have Storm? There is Storm. But Crazio's army is just here a bit. Oh, that was like that formation cast Storm there. So a little bit of excess energy use there, which is actually going to be an issue with this push right here at the bridge, but just enough to push it back. Schnell using that bank that it's built up to its advantage. Right now we've got Crazio on 2 mining bases and Schnell on 3 mining bases, so there's still just 1 base up. Protoss really needs to be expanding behind everything that's going on, though, because, like, as we can see, Protoss is just not trading. Like, Protoss is trading, but it's not trading efficiently in terms of mineral cost and gas cost. Yeah, and Schnell's recognizing the game state here. Gonna go ahead and GG. Plus, there's only the, what, 12, like, 18 gateways, I think this is. Yeah, 18 gateways here. And, you know, no gateways over here, so even though, like, 18 units can be queued at once, still building up a bank in between those macro rounds, so just, yeah, not quite able to get enough at one time. This constant pressure from Crazio. Nicely done by Schnell, though. Definitely a great game. For our last game today, we have another Crazio versus human game going on here from Schnell. We've got, I believe this might be the same player, but I'm not 100% sure. From the last game, we've got Schnell, the purple Protoss spawning at the top right. Down in the bottom right, we have Crazio as the brown Terran. I've just noticed that the text up at the top right is selected, and there's nothing I can do about that, so I'm going to try to do my best to ignore it. Looks like Crazio going for a wall here. Which we have seen sometimes it will do, and other times it won't. 2 gateways opening up here for Schnell. Crazio gets the scout, sees what's up. Gonna go ahead and just go ahead and send that CV home. More zealots on the way. Wall is closed up. That should be a zealot tight wall, I believe. As the depot is on the right, I'm assuming that that is tight to the terrain over on the left. Schnell back at home, creating some more zealots. Gonna go ahead out now with the 5 zealots here. And oh, Crazio's actually coming out to do a rush of some sort here. Pulling the boys. Is that all the workers? That is all the workers. All but 50 minerals have been, or 80 minerals have been spent. There's the 50 on another Marine even. Not even going for a worker back home. And people say that the Protoss zealots are overpowered. Look at this tier 1 Terran with the workers just absolutely destroying this Protoss here, though. A second Dragoon is gonna pop. Schnell might be able to pull this off, though. All those workers dying, but there are 300 minerals left for Schnell. 2 more Dragoons on the way. If Schnell can just kill the units here. Crazy with 30 minerals could do some repairs on the SCVs. And the SCVs not quite coordinating with the Marines here. Schnell might just barely pull this off. Oh, Schnell just barely is gonna have the resources here to slowly rebuild, but doesn't even need to. There's nothing left for Crazio. That's a wild last game here. Man, nicely, barely held there by Schnell. That was a lot of fun to see. And then as soon as Crazio sees any army unit, Crazio's just like, okay, you won. Good game. You defended. Nicely done. So that's going to do it for us today. Again, just a reminder, you can still submit an AI for the SSCAIT tournament. That will be happening soon. The details of that are in the Discord server. link with the invite is down in the description below. I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching. It's been a blast. Until next time, take care, everybody.